What is up, guys? Show Sports backing up with another video, and in today's video I have my top 20 players in the NBA right now. Now, quick disclaimers for this list. I've made it so that everybody is fully healthy, so this list will include guys such as Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson. And something else, guys, this is my opinion, this is my list, so if you do not agree with anything, just tell me what you don't agree with in the comments and let me know why you don't agree with it. But without further ado, let's get into it. So starting off with the list, this is going to be part 1 for this video, so I'm just going to be doing players 20 to players 11, and then I'll do 10 to 1 in a separate video uploaded later. But yeah, let's get into it. So before I even start the list, I just want to start off with 2 honorable mentions that I have, 2 guys that just missed the cut. So the first guy is Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler had a great season for the Sixers last year, averaged just about 18 points per game. His play really picked up in the playoffs, and that's where I see him as a valuable piece for this team. I feel like he just missed the list because he does have some flaws in his game. He is a little bit older in age. And yeah. And the second player that just missed the list was Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is a great defensive center, averaged 60 points per game last year, led the league in dunks, was a double-double machine. But I don't know. For me, Rudy Gobert, I wouldn't really call him better than any of the guys who I have on this list. And I don't know. His play can kind of be neutralized in the playoffs when you just pull him out of the paint. But those are the 2 guys that just missed the list. But without further ado, let's get into the actual list now. So starting off with number 20, I have Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin had a phenomenal season this year, making All-NBA third team, which you'd love to see. Just talking about his stats really quickly, Blake Griffin averaged 24.5 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists on 46% shooting and played in 75 games. Great season overall. Even though the Pistons were the 8th seed and got swept, I mean, Blake Griffin has been a great player for a while now. Talking about multi-time All-NBA guy, multi-time All-Star, #1 pick, and I believe the 2010 NBA draft. A great player. I love him, really. But yeah, 20th player. 19th, I have Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is a great player also. Improved this play from his rookie season, which is great to see. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like you could possibly put him higher, but with me, it's what he did this season and what he did last season. I mean, just talking about being possibly the only offensive threat, only offensive option on your team and being successful in your first 2 NBA seasons. That's something that not a lot of people do, and he'll definitely be higher up on this list after this season, now that he has, Mike Conley and Bogdan Bogdanovic and Joe Ingles in the starting lineup now to take that burden off of him. But just talking about what he did this season, averaged 23.8 points per game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists on 43% shooting. Started off the year kind of poorly, was really inefficient, but towards the back half of the year really picked up his play, and that's something that you love to see from a player of Donovan Mitchell's caliber and a player that's as young as him. So yeah, like I said, I just hope he can improve his play, and I think he will improve his play. But moving on to the 18th player on this list, I have Bradley Beal. Now, you can make an argument that probably Donovan Mitchell is over Bradley Beal, but talking about what just Bradley Beal has done over the last 2 seasons, collectively has averaged 25, 5, and 5, has played in all 82 games both times, and has been super efficient. Last season shooting 46%, this season shooting 48%, something you love to see. Bradley Beal is another guy who's a multi-time All-Star. I believe he's a multi-time All-Star at least. We'll see what he does this season. I don't expect the Wizards to make the playoffs, so if he can continue what he's just doing right now, that'd be great. But a guy who's steadily improved, year in and year out, and he's only 26, so he still has a lot left to show. And yeah, he'll be a great player for many years to come. With the 17th player, I have Karl-Anthony Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns is a center who his career has gone off to a I'm not even gonna say a weird start because he's been fantastic, but just talking about coming into the league, had comparisons kind of Tim Duncan, talking about what his stats was, 18 and 11 his rookie season. Not a lot of rookies can do that. Second year, put up 25 and 12. His play dipped down in 2017, but that was due to Jimmy Butler being traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dipped down to 21 and 12, but still great. Last season, he started off the year rough with the whole Jimmy Butler fiasco, but after Jimmy Butler was traded, he really picked up his play. Finished the year averaging 24 and 12 on 52% shooting from the field and 40% shooting from 3. That is kind of unheard of from a center position. And talking about a guy who's durable, only missed 5 games in his entire NBA career, and that 5 that he missed this year was due to could have been horrific car accident that he was in. But again, a guy who's truly amazing at his position. I want to say a top 3 center in the league. The other 2 are above him, obviously, but yeah, again, hopefully the team around him can, build up and improve his team. Minnesota, I mean, the best player he's had in his career is Jimmy Butler, but stop overpaying for guys like Gorgie Jank and Jeff T. Get this guy a real teammate, a real second option. Hopefully, Andrew Wiggins could be that, but you're going to need someone else. And moving on to this list, the 16th player, I have Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is a guy who has gotten some slack, as of recent because his inability to shoot and how it hurts the team. I do agree. Him not being able to shoot hurts the team a lot. If he was not even like, a 40% shooter, if he was like a guy who just shot it and could make it, so you had to guard him, this team would be so much better. I think they would probably be finals champs right now if he had the ability to shoot. Just talking about his rookie season, put up 16, 8, and 8 on 55% shooting from the field, played in all but one game his rookie season. A phenomenal year. How many players have done that in their careers? Never mind their rookie season. And in his second year, picked it up, averaged 17, 9, and 8. Played all but 3 games, shot 56% from the field. But Ben Simmons is a great point guard, but I don't know. I kind of need to see more. Is he a top 5 point guard right now? That's debatable, but again, I wish he just, develop a shot, because if he can shoot the 3 and hit like consistently, man, this guy's going to be scary. We talk about what Giannis could be, what Ben Simmons could be. That's another topic of discussion. But yeah, Ben Simmons at 16th. At 15th, I have Kemba Walker. Now, again, this is another argument. Maybe some people say Ben Simmons is better than Kemba. Maybe some people say Kemba is better than Ben. Obviously, for me, I'm going to say Kemba as of right now. Kemba's a guy who has legit carried the Charlotte Hornets organization, put that team on their back, in recent years. Last season, averaged 26 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds on 43% shooting from the field, and played all 82 games. Something you love to see. Again, Kemba on the Hornets is just a team that has rarely been able to give him help. He's made the playoffs, I believe, twice in his career. Failed to make it last year. He just missed it. But yeah, now with the new team and the Boston Celtics, he will more than likely make the playoffs this year, and I hope Kemba Walker can shine. He is a little bit on the older side. He's about 29, I want to say now. But again, I'm really hoping Kemba can have a bounce back year and show people that he's definitely a top 5 point guard in this league, and I think he will show people that. But that's going to be number 15. Number 14, I have Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is a guy who's averaged a triple-double for 3 straight years, something that's never been done before in this league. But the biggest knock on him is his inefficiency, his tunnel vision in the clutch, and his just poor playoff performances. I mean, talk about a guy, Russell Westbrook, being bounced in the first round 3 straight seasons is not a good look. First season, okay, he was the only man. Victor Oladipo wasn't what he is today. That's fine. Second year with Paul George and Carmelo was a scapegoat, but last year was inexcusable at all. It was pretty much a level playing field. I thought that series would go to 7. Damian Lillard, again, was just otherworldly in that series, but Russell Westbrook, I hope, this next season he can improve his efficiencies and just show the world that he's still a top player and that people do want to play with him, because that has been talked about, is do people want to play with Russell Westbrook? But I don't know. I think he'll silence the critics this year, and I think he'll be great. But that's number 14. Number 13, I have Klay Thompson. Now, I don't know if you would put Klay Thompson over Russell Westbrook. That's debatable again. But for me, Klay Thompson is just so vital to the Warriors' success. Talking about a team as of the Warriors' caliber, who is a dynasty, winning 3 championships out of 5 years, I believe they did something like that. Incredible, man. Incredible. But I mean, just this past year, started off the year rough. He wasn't shooting well. He wasn't looking at himself, but turned it around, made the All-Star game, and in the finals was having an otherworldly finals. Talking about what he shot, averaged 25 points on, I believe, 56% shooting from 3, something crazy like that. But I know Klay Thompson has been talked about. Can he be, the first option on the team? Me personally, I don't think so, but what he is on the Warriors is just something that most players can't do. Talking about a guy who's one of the best shooters. You could put him at number 2 behind Stephen Curry of all time. A great defender. He's a guy who will score 20, shoot efficiently, and guard your best guard on the opposite team. Something not a lot of people can do, but Klay Thompson, 13th. I mean, I'm telling you, if he was healthy and if the Warriors had won, he would have definitely been Finals MVP, and he would have probably improved on the ranks. But unfortunately, he went out with that ACL injury. I'm excited to see what he can be when he comes back, especially with that Warriors team that just added D'Angelo Russell. But yeah, that team can be fun next year possibly. But moving on now to the 12th spot, I have Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is a guy who last year took on a lot of heat for being cancer to the team, a chemistry killer, a team killer. I don't know. For me, Kyrie, yes, I think he is a weird NBA player. You know, he's not regular. He's not a guy who I see playing until his mid to late 30s. He's a guy that I see retiring in his early 30s. This could possibly be his last contract. Just by the way Kyrie talks, by the way Kyrie displays himself. I don't know. He doesn't seem like a guy who, you know, wants to play until his late 30s. But last year, averaged 24, 7, and 5, you know, career high in assists, shot efficiently. Kyrie has always been someone who has been really efficient for the guy of his caliber, a guy who, what's the word? A flashy type of guard. You know, most guards that are flashy like Kyrie aren't really as efficient as him. But I mean, in the playoffs, he did have a bad series, I'm going to say, against the Bucks. But Kyrie Irving is one of the best playoff performers in the NBA right now. Talking about what he did in 2016 alongside LeBron. Talking about what he did in 2017, averaging 27 points per game in the finals that year. Without Kyrie, the Cavs would not be champions. You know, Kyrie Irving is an excellent player. He's an excellent player. I don't know. I just feel like all this slack that he has on him, I don't think it's warranted. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I have Kyrie Irving as the 12th best. 11th best for me is Damian Lillard. Now, with Damian Lillard and Kyrie Irving, they are interchangeable. Like, you can flip-flop them or whatever. But for me, the thing that sways me, Damian Lillard for me, but excuse me, I don't even know what I just said. But the thing that sways Damian Lillard in favor of Kyrie Irving for me is I just think Damian Lillard is more of a leader. I think Kyrie Irving, can he have success like Damian Lillard has with just being the number one option? I don't know. I think Kyrie is more suited as the second option with a star small forward, as we see what he did in Cleveland with LeBron and what he will potentially do in Brooklyn with Kevin Durant. But yeah, Damian Lillard is just more of a leader. What really swayed this for me is Damian Lillard's first round performance last year. He was otherworldly, taking extremely long three-pointers and just cashing them out, ending the Thunder's franchise, as the people have said. Damian Lillard is a great. What he averaged? I believe he averaged 27 points per game last year. He's an all-NBA point guard, all-star. I mean, he's just been doing this stuff in the league for a long time. And I think we have to cut out the underrated part. Damian Lillard isn't underrated anymore. So let's just stop that. But yeah, Damian Lillard, I have him as my 11th best player. And yeah, that's going to do it for this video though, guys. That is my 20 to 11. Tell me if you would change anything. Tell me players you would add. Tell me some players you would take out. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. Please like and sub with your share with your friends. I will have the 10 to 1 out before the end of the week. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. It's So Sports and I'm out. Peace.